Hello everybody and welcome to Workshop Studios. Today's project is a water heater. For those of you who don't know how this works, I'll show you. I am not going to do it. So this is one of those videos where somebody else does it, but I'll show you what it looks like. I'll make this one a quickie. Let me show you how water heaters work for those of you who don't know. They're pretty simple. It's 50 gallons. This is a 50-gallon one. And cold water comes in here, gets heated up in there. It goes up there as hot water, and the vent goes up there, and that's pretty much it. There's gas in there, and that heats up the tank, so it's like a big old giant tea kettle. In this case, it's 11 and a half years old, and you can see that it's leaking. That's not good. So we got it just in time. Got a couple of pros here today, and they're gonna get this thing in and out quick as a wink. All right, so because they're going to be in here working, and it's a little bit of a tight spot. So what they're going to end up doing is these are all soldered in, so you can't just unscrew them. So what they'll do is cut the pipe. And right now, by the way, I forgot to tell you, they've got a hose running outside and they're draining this tank right now. So I've turned the gas off earlier today, but they're draining the tank, and then they'll turn the gas off. That's the little valve for the gas over there. Turn the gas off, and I guess they're going to replace this pipe. And the tank they're putting in here is exactly the same. It's just new. So they'll cut these copper pipes because they can't unscrew them here. Well, in here someplace, and over here, and they'll probably cut this one because they got to get this off. And then they'll put new pipes in. Maybe a new valve, but probably not. But they'll put a new blue thing that's called an expansion tank. And I wish I could tell you I knew exactly what it does, but I think it's meant to have a place for water to not put a hammer down into the tank. I'll look it up and I'll put a little more info on it. So that's really what they're going to do. Get this vent out of the way. They're going to cut some of those pipes, and then they'll solder some new ones in and replace that one down there. And they're going to put a pan around the new one. So there'll be a little bit of a protection against water leaking out. Last thing to say is that there is this one last pipe here. This is a pressure relief valve right here. Oh, there it is right there. Pressure relief valve, and what that does is if the tank's pressure gets too high, that valve opens automatically and vents all the high pressure hot water out, and it goes outside. So they'll just disconnect that and reconnect it to the new one. So they just rolled the new one in. You can see it looks pretty much like the old one, except it's Performance Platinum. Ooh, wow. So anyhow, nothing different there really. It's actually everything's right in the same spot, so it should be a pretty easy install. And this is the pan they're going to put underneath, and I think normally that little bit there can go out through this hole, and you run that line outside, so if the water heater ever starts leaking, it just runs outside. I'm not going to do that with ours. This is Rashad.
Yep.
And he's cutting the pipe like we talked earlier, using one of those fancy pipe cutters. And he'll do that with the rest of them. He's got all the best tools. Us homeowner types would try to use a hacksaw or something weird like that.
Yeah. This one is failed. It's full of water.
Oh, we definitely want to get rid of that one.
Yeah.
So just a little background. We bought this through Home Depot, and Rashad and Caleb are here from Davis & Sons, and they are representing Home Depot, I guess you might say, but they are licensed contractors with Home Depot. So.
Yes, sir.
So quick as that, he's got those two pipes cut on top. He's now taken off the gas line. I don't think they're going to be very long at all. So we're going to get a new gas valve, that's that one back there, a new gas line, and then that'll hook up to the new water heater. You're on.
I'm Caleb.
Great job. Thanks for coming, Caleb.
You're welcome.
For those of you who don't do copper pipe, or you've heard about it, the trick is that you get the pipe cut, and especially the older pipe like that, you want to get it nice and shiny like that, so that the solder flux and the solder will stick really well and won't have any leaks. All right, so it's all disconnected here. He's done a lickety-split job and got it all unhooked. And now he's waiting for it to fully drain because that's a lot of water. You don't want to move that thing around with water in it. So remember I told you about the hose draining outside. And so he's going to wait for that until the thing is nice and light. Wheel it out of here, put the new one in and reconnect. Just as a side note, this new one has a 12-year warranty. And Rashad was just telling me that if anything happens during that 12 years, the manufacturer of this one, in this case it's Rheem, R-H-E-E-M, will come out and assess it, and if there's a problem, they will replace it. So, pretty awesome. And this is the description on the blue thing that came out of there. It's a water heater expansion tank. Remember, I showed you guys that there was water down here, and Rashad has an idea. So what are your thoughts on that one?
So the expansion tank has a bladder inside of it, and it absorbs extra pressure inside of the tank. But once it's filled with water, the bladder releases the water back into the tank. But when the water retains inside of the tank, the expansion tank is failed, and the pressure builds up, and eventually it has nowhere to go. Now it's out here.
Awesome. So we noticed the water was getting kind of rusty looking, and that was an indication. So you said you knew what was going on there?
Oh yeah, it's just rust build up inside of the heater. You know, at the bottom of it where all the rust and sediment builds up, you know, the water will basically be completely brown coming out.
Wow. Wow.
So, you know, but that's just a factor that happens over time.
Yep.
Two. You got the top? Yeah, I got it.
There we go.
Hold on. Look on my side. See what's going on? Yep. We don't want to bend that back part. Yep. There you go.
Nicely done. Starting to hook up the gas line here now.
Clean off our joints.
And there's the gas line being hooked up.
Yep, he just gotta get me one piece, and I can connect it from here.
An adapter.
Yep, female adapter. All right, that's in.
Here goes the expansion tank. You got all set up, and you got the bracket on the wall there. And he's working there. I'll explain the last install 11 years ago. They just hung the expansion tank off one side. And Rashad was saying that when it's if it gets full of water, which it's not supposed to, but if it does, then it becomes very heavy and can snap right off of there. So much better job. He's putting it right on the wall.
Oh, that's why. Might want to cut that out.
It's a big moment. Tank's getting filled up now.
Yep.
There's the expansion tank all installed. So Rashad, you were saying there's a bladder inside this tank?
It absorbs the extra pressure in there, and then once the pressure in the tank returns back to normal, the bladder releases it back into the tank. But if it stays filled up with water, that means that the bladder's failed.
Gotcha.
It's not releasing it. Like the one that we took off was so heavy and full of water that means that the bladder has failed and it's not releasing pressure back into the tank.
Gotcha. Look at those beautiful solder joints there. Well, they're starting to wrap it up here. So the gas is on. I missed that dramatic moment. Sorry about that, guys. Where that gas came on for the first time, and now for the next probably 12 years, that gas will keep coming on and heating up the water. Rashad has done a great job of cleaning it all up. It's all nice and neat on top here. They've got a few other little things they're going to do, and then they're done.
Yep, so it's all here. Gas, bonding jumper, pressure relief, expansion tank, previous ball valve, new flue pipe. In about an hour, it should be at 120 degrees. That's it. All right, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.